Well, hello, my beautiful Taurians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your singles love reading for the end of September, right through the end of October 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations, so if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, I will be using Gaia chimes, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound. Also, I've just brought back the competition for one subscriber to win a free personal reading from me, but I'll let you know how to win that a little bit later on because some people are here just for the reading and I don't like to waste anyone's time. So with that in mind, let's get straight to it and let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Taurians, this is your singles love reading. I'm going to get your overarching energy first and then follow it with a Celtic cross just to see who's coming in towards you. But I don't know if you noticed with the Gaia chimes, the energy, of course, was very peaceful, but then suddenly came to a stop. There was silence. So you may feel that suddenly your romantic love life has run aground, as it were, that nothing's happening. It went suddenly very quiet. No one there sparking your attention. Maybe you even removed yourself from the dating pool for a while in order to focus on, protecting your inner peace and going on a journey of self-discovery. But let's see how things will pick up for you. Let's get to the cards and see what's going on there. I'm actually seeing in the water 3 little hearts. They are very unique in that they look like they are drawn. It looks like 3 hearts drawn with a black pen around the outside and then inside colored in with red pen or red ink. Okay, this may be something that you're going to see in the next coming weeks. Okay, 3 hearts together, almost like punctuation marks. But that's what I can see in the water because I'm seeing ... heart, heart, heart. So random, I know, but maybe it's, some sort of graffiti you're going to see, or perhaps it's a tattoo. I mean, definitely images of hearts are going to be very relevant for you over the next coming weeks. I mean, I know hearts are connected to love and, romance, but you're going to see 3 hearts together. So just bank it. You may even just have seen them, but, it could be a logo, could be very relevant to the person you're about to meet. So just bank it as a memory. And, when it surfaces, when you meet the person you're meant to be with, then that sign or symbol shall be there for you. So looking at your energy, you're going through a lot of change right now, a lot of transformation. You're in a period of decluttering your life. You're literally shedding old skin, anything that is familiar as well. I feel like you want to move away from that, come out of your comfort zone and source new experiences, new places, new faces, because you have the snake energy here. Okay, now of course we are in the year of the snake, so this is going to be a very prominent year for you for change in general, but this is your protagonist energy. You're making some big changes in your life and you're a different person. I feel like you've gone through a lot of endings and new beginnings over the last couple of years, and I feel like you're trying to navigate your way. Now, number 7 on this card indicates movement, improvement, and, you overcoming an obstacle and moving forward towards, triumphing over a challenge, as it were. So you may feel like your love life has stalled. That's probably why it went silent there with the Gaia chimes. But the snake actually indicates that some of you have had a setback in love, as it were. And not all of you, but there may be a trust issue at the very core. I definitely see here you also may have attracted people who competed with you, or were actually jealous of you. It's almost like the people you may have been in romantic relationships with in the past saw you as someone who outshone them or gained a lot of attention, and it really triggered their fears. So it could be that you met people who needed to heal and you transformed them in some way, but you had to learn a lesson with that experience and move away. But this is you kind of like cathartically letting go of stuff from your past and overcoming a trust issue for some of you, not all of you, of course, but this can also be an energy of you kind of like wanting to seek out new experiences and just fed up of the familiar at this moment in time, because I feel like you've been going through a major period of personal development and growth. So you could be decluttering your life, as it were. But also I feel there is this brand new you. And this is about, I would say, for some of you, not all of you, there's an energy of you grieving a past experience or grieving a part of your life that you feel like you've lost touch with because something has changed, and you may feel a little bit stuck in that. I'm being given this energy of going round and round in circles as well. So perhaps you're meeting the same sort of person who either competes with you or is very protective of where you spend time. You know, I'm just getting this, and it may not resonate with everyone. You know, when I touch the cards, I get energy. So you could have met people or be currently meeting people who, you know, find you super attractive, but it's like they're very possessive. They are trying to be controlling of the environment that you both find yourselves in. It feels very much like this person or people that you've had experiences with in the past have had jealousy issues, okay? And that stems from their feelings of low self-worth and, you know, kind of dealing with these feelings very immaturely, but as they mature and grow, they will learn how to navigate these feelings, of course. This is something just to watch out for as a red flag in relationships. I feel like you're already learning from those experiences. You're moving on though, because the snake is to shed old skin and move on and not go back, not revisit. So I feel like you're in a period right now of wanting to move forward, but you know, the snake can also indicate on a personal level that you're detoxifying your life or even going through a personal detox on food, substances, people, environment, anything that drains your energy right now. And as you sort through your life in some way in order to promote healthy growth, you may be looking back on very toxic kind of issues in previous relationships so that you can get some closure on that because you're moving on from something here. I mean, the heart, it's in the resistance position. So this can literally mean that you've been in love before, once bitten, twice shy, especially if it was a very toxic or damaging experience. And I'm sending you a huge hug out there if that was you. Of course, not everybody has gone through that experience, but that's the energy I'm picking up on right now. But the heart is in the resistance position. So that means that right now, there's no one out there sparking your attention. And maybe you even put love on hold for a while in order to focus on your projects. Or some of you have just been going through some radical changes in your life over the last couple of years that you just want to be stable. You know, you may have felt that there's a lot of inconsistency in your life and you've had to make a lot of decisions and remain in the flow. And factoring in love, even though you want it, it may not have been a priority because you have other focuses at this time. Doesn't mean love is not going to show up for you, because I definitely see that it will, but the heart is in the resistance position for a reason. So this can be that either you're protecting your heart because you have had, you know, previous experiences that really hurt you or let you down or broke your heart, smashed it to pieces. You know, you may be rebuilding your life at this moment in time. And as you have more confidence within yourself and know your worth, of course, after experiences, sometimes, you know, those factors within ourselves get shattered and we rebuild. As you do that, you're going to, you know, be really confident within yourself. But I also feel that, of course, love is on course to align with you. This is a card that will go into the upright, which means love is going to appear for you and you will have the potential to settle down, get married if you want to. Not everybody does want to get married there. But I feel like you've been learning a lot of lessons in love and when to notice red flags, for example. And I feel as you move forward, there's a healthier love available for you. And also I'm getting an energy of coming out of your usual kind of circumstances. What I mean by that is, if you have certain places that you frequent or you meet people in certain places normally, I feel like you're doing things differently at this time. And that's going to put you in a position to meet someone who is, totally different from your usual type, but actually more than you can ever have wanted in a relationship, if that makes sense. Because there is a romantic partnership on the horizon for you there. This is a card that highlights love, passion, romance is all going to come in, and, you are going to be feeling truly fulfilled within a relationship. But a lot of you had to find that grounding and unconditional love for self first before you open up to another human. Now we have the tree there. Of course, this is the outcome energy, stability, longevity, creating a foundation with a person that will grow into something truly special. This is the card that highlights you will meet a person and it's for life. It is an unbreakable bond, okay? This is often the Hierophant energy, number 5, so that indicates a high-level commitment where you have a contract or bond between you, but you can actually solidify your feelings through vows, for example, if that's the sort of path that you want to take. Now, the tree is also an indication that a new person will enter your family tree, but what I'm being given here is a healthy relationship that takes its time, where both parties are patient with each other. You grow together, because of course we can have relationships where both parties love each other dearly, but you grow apart. I feel you're going to meet a person where they capture your heart and you grow together, and your relationship lasts the test of time. Okay, so let's get to your Celtic cross just to see, a little bit more detail as to what's going on there for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Now, straight away, I'm being given a very important message. I feel maybe something like this has shown up in a reading before in the past. It seems very familiar. Maybe not for your sign, but maybe it was for your sign, like many months ago or maybe a couple of years ago. I'm seeing a fortune cookie in the water, okay? And I'm being given that you and this new person, when you meet them, there will be a conversation about a fortune cookie, and the message will resonate in and around a path to love, okay? And this conversation you'll have with this new person, so just bank it as something to look out for. Okay, I'm also being given that this person, and this is by my guides, I'm scrying in the water at the same time as doing your reading. So scrying, I'm seeing the image of a fortune cookie. My guides are saying it's relevant. But also, this new person that you're about to meet, they have some culinary skills, let me tell you. Okay, they're very good in the kitchen, and they may even specialize in catering or gourmet food, or maybe they're training to be a chef, or, maybe they have some generational recipes that are incredible. I'm just getting an energy that this person, they love to cook, and I feel there is a speciality about it. And thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. Oh, my guys said love at first bite. Okay, so that just came through there. So I'm just going to leave that there, okay, because when it gets a little bit corny, I have to say, I'm going to step away from that energy. I love the humor that my guides come in with there. And we have the Knight of Wands for you and the Fool as starting positions. So just bank that. They could run their own restaurant, or they could work in the catering industry or hospitality, or perhaps, their family does. Maybe it's a chain of restaurants, or maybe they're training or thinking about it, or maybe they're just like really great, cooking in the kitchen. So just something to be mindful of there. Now, looking at your energy, we've got the Knight of Wands, new adventures. You just want to be excited. You want to meet a person who's got that spark, who's, exciting to be with, that is adventurous, kind, passionate, but also be a little bit mindful, because the Knight of Wands can be a free spirit. So someone who's here today, gone tomorrow. The starting position can indicate that some of you have dealt with a player in the past. And if you're okay with just a flirtation at this time, or, something that's transient, I feel a flirtation will be coming on in for you. So you get to decide whether you want that person or not. This person could be a little bit younger than you, but I feel with the Seven of Pentacles, there is an energy that perhaps, when you meet this person, it's very exciting, but the Fool card is crossing, which means you don't want to rush into this too quickly. The right person will take their time, okay? But, the Knight of Wands, for some of you, because it is your starting position, it can be that, you do want love long term, but you're not necessarily prioritizing it at this moment in time. You know, it would be nice to flirt with someone who kind of gets you, someone who is, you know, exciting to be with, someone who fulfills your needs for the certain chemistry, that spark that you have when you meet a person. You're looking for someone like that, but the outcome here is the Ten of Cups energy. I mean, we've got you settling down, having a happy ever after. We've got the Four of Cups, which can indicate some of you, there is this energy that you may be closed off to love, or perhaps you're too busy or too focused on something else at this time, but love is going to surprise you. And we're going to see how. We got the Empress energy. We've got the Three of Swords. So some of you may have been healing from a heartbreak, or, I mean, the Three of Swords can literally mean that it's a struggle out there right now, you know. It's an oversaturated environment. You may feel that people just want the physical aspects, or they're inconsistent. They're not showing up in the way that you want a relationship. You may be meeting a lot of flirtatious people, giving it all that, but, you know, there's no substance there. So you may be looking for substance a little bit further down the line there, because the outcome is substance, a long-term relationship. Ten of Cups is telling me as well that, you know, you will settle down with a person. Okay, I'm being given a very specific song, Don't Sit Under... It's going in and out. Is it Don't Sit Under That Apple Tree with Anyone Else But Me? It's going in and out. And my gosh, I can't remember. Don't sit under that. It's going out of like sound range. When I'm clairaudient, you know, sometimes it sounds really muffled, like it's underwater. Okay, so don't sit under that. I'm just not getting that one name of the tree. It's replaying, and it's only that one part that is going really muffled, and I can't grasp it. But I feel it's a very famous song. Don't sit under that tree with anyone else but me. And of course, it has been triggered by that image. I'm sure that's what's coming from that. So there is a person here who is very attracted to you. I am getting this energy, though, and this showed up earlier, of you meeting people who are quite possessive. But this person you're about to meet, the new person, they're not possessive in a way where they are controlling. They're just highlighting that actually you are someone who's very important to them. And, you know, they want to spend a lot of time with you, and they're going to make a lot of promises to you as well. And I see you both going forward in the future into a high-level commitment. I mean, you may meet this person at a celebration or a party or an event. You could be invited to something that you attend. I mean, for some of you, it could even be a wedding that you attend, or an engagement of a friend, perhaps, and maybe they even play that song. Listen out for that song. You know, I'm going to look that song up when I finish this reading. A very famous song, but for the life of me, I can't remember who sang it. I'm going to kick myself after this. But anyway, let's move on with your reading. We've got the Knight of Wands there. Now, this is all about passion. Okay, this is about you also determined for a new adventure. Perhaps determined to put someone in the past, or experiences in the past, because I feel like you're moving on from something, especially when you have the Knight of Wands energy there. So this can be that, you know, you're stepping into your personal power, you're a light bringer, you're being creative. You may even like be a little bit more flamboyant in the way that you dress, or the way that you style your hair, or you're just doing something different about you right now. And this card often means that, you know, you're in search of new adventures. And I feel a lot of you, and don't shoot the messenger when I say this, okay? I feel in the past you may have been distracted by a very impulsive person, or someone whose behavior was a little bit unreliable, okay? That's something that's coming through there. And we've got this Fool card energy. So for some of you, not all of you, I feel maybe an experience like that, or maybe just what's going on in your life right now. Some of you are questioning, do you want to actually settle down, or do you want to just be independent right now and settle down later? You may be just wondering, is love coming for you, but you're not really about it for the minute. You're kind of thinking about long-term future. If you're thinking long-term future, I would say, yes, you're about to meet a person who is very passionate, and it will turn into a long-term relationship. that's something that is very important to realize. Also, if you're someone who has the potential to get pregnant and you don't want to get pregnant at this time, you have the Queen of Wands, you have the Fool card, you have the Knight of Wands, and you have the Empress. Empress is fertility. The Queen of Wands and the Knight of Wands, two very passionate people living in the moment. And the Fool card can be baby on board. So just be a little bit mindful if you don't want to get pregnant at this time. This is a very fertile time for you, and having a very passionate encounter in the moment can lead to that. That's just coming out there. So I just thought I'd mention it, okay? But with that Knight of Wands, I feel for some of you, I feel like you're keeping your options open. Does that make sense? It's like you're not like a player. It feels like you are wanting to go travel, you want to do lots of things. I feel like you want to be playful. Life has been pretty serious and heavy for you over the last couple of years, and I feel like you just want to kick back and, be fancy free at this time. And the Fool card is like you're on the precipice of change in some way. Doesn't mean you don't want long-term relationships, but I feel like perhaps your hope has been destroyed in the past, or you've been really tested in the past. It's almost like you want love, but you're just going to see how it goes. Okay, because we have a lot of settling down cards here. So it's like you're open to the journey. And if you meet love, great. But if you don't, great. It's almost like you don't want to set yourself up for a fall, or you don't want to set yourself up for disappointment, if that makes sense. That's something that's coming through here with this crossing card of the Fool. Now, the Fool card, of course, is a new beginning. And these two cards are indicating a wonderful new beginning here for you. The Fool card is take a chance, take a risk. And I feel with that Knight of Wands being in your foundation card, this tells me that, you may do something spontaneous that puts you in the path to meet someone new. But I also feel a protective measure, because it's like, I'm not sure if I'm ready right now. I still want to be like independent and free. And then we've got the Fool card, which is like, okay, take that leap, or don't be afraid of taking that leap. It's almost like you don't want to be naive enough to think that any encounter, passionate or otherwise, is going to lead to love. So you may have been in the past connected to someone who led you down the garden path, or it felt like the relationship was going somewhere and then it didn't. You may have invested a lot of energy into an experience with someone and then it just fell apart, disappointed you, or let you down. So it's almost like you're like teetering on the edge of whether you want to invest in a relationship, because it's a lot of hard work and you put a lot of yourself in there. But if you have been investing in a previous relationship and it was just hard and it just seemed to go nowhere, or it was of little benefit, it ended up hurting you in some way, I feel there's hesitancy here. Okay, and again, this may not resonate with all of you. I mean, the only reason you're probably listening to this reading is because you're wondering if love is coming on in, because this is a singles love relationship reading, okay? So I feel there is this kind of like protective vibe here, and making sure that, you don't get hurt again if that's you. And I feel like you won't, but, I feel with that Four of Cups, you're going to be surprised that love comes on in. It's like catching feelings. So let me just pull a quick card on that Knight of Wands with this Fool energy, because the Fool is kind of telling me, I'm being given the word resistance by my guides, and I feel to some degree that may be the case, probably because you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders, you've been going through a lot of change, so maybe the resistance is that it's like it's never the right time, or you're always exhausted, and when you do pop your head out there to see if there's anyone on the dating scene, you've got the Knight of Wands, which is people who are inconsistent or indecisive, or here today, gone tomorrow, looking for the physical, okay? Because Knight of Wands is physical attraction. So let me just pull a quick card on that. I mean, physically, you are very attractive. You have a beautiful heart as well. But I want to see what this is as your starting position, because knights tend to be in suits of armor, okay? So it can be a protective measure. We've got the King of Cups. So, like, ultimately, you do want love at the heart, at the very root of you, you do, okay? Because this is, as I said, the highest love that love has to offer. You are a beautiful soul. You are so lovable. But I feel like there's this energy of kind of preempting that you need to protect yourself when it comes to love, or Now, I'm going to say it like this, and it may not resonate with all of you, but this is what I'm being given in the energy, so I have to honor it. If it doesn't resonate with you, don't try to make it fit. But you know when deep down you're searching for something like love, a connection that is really deep with a person, and then you meet a person, you think, oh my gosh, this is like amazing. And suddenly you feel like you need to protect yourself. Like, you know what, if it doesn't turn into anything, that's fine. You know, let's just see how it goes. I mean, you know, there's no kind of like strings attached here. Let's just call it like it is. We're going to just live in the moment and just see how it unfolds. Now, there's part of you that's hoping, because a King of Cups came out there, that it falls into the love category, that it does actually go somewhere. And there's another part of you that's protecting yourself, like, you know what, it's fine. You know, if this person doesn't want a relationship long term, I'm good with that. So I feel a lot of you are having to ground yourself to realize what it is that you actually want, because we give off different vibes. You know, when you're a free spirit and you're doing your thing and you don't want anything long term, and then you're a free spirit and doing your own thing, but actually you want to fall in love. There's two different avenues there. So I feel with that Seven of Pentacles, because that's often, you know, the fork in the road. This is like, which one do you want? Do you want like flirtation, physical interaction with a person, friends with benefits or things like that, you know, no judgment here? Or do you want love? Because that's something that's coming out very strongly. I mean, ultimately, even if you're protecting yourself, love's going to find you, is what I'm seeing there with that Four of Cups. I feel a lot of you have been disappointed in love, let down, or perhaps you feel the people you're meeting at this time, there's a missing ingredient. And that's why you're reserving yourself to, okay, well, it hasn't shown up just yet, so let's just enjoy the moment. I feel like you're on the precipice of change here, okay? Your earthly plane position, Seven of Pentacles. And this is a new strategy, I would say. You have a lot of newness here. Fool card, Knight of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, new direction, or going to a new place or somewhere that you haven't been before that opens you up to like-minded individuals. I feel a lot of you are going to get an invitation to something because you have that Three of Cups, a celebration, a gathering where people come together. So this could be an engagement or a wedding or someone's party, barbecue, house party, you know, name it. If people are gathering at it, you know, I feel like you're going to be invited to it. For some of you, if you're searching for your soul tribe, it could be that you're entering into a new group of friends or you're getting more involved in the community over the next coming weeks and months there. But the Seven of Pentacles is an energy of you preparing space, clearing the space for love to come on in, but also kind of recognizing that you've invested so much in circumstances outside of yourself that now you want to invest in yourself, if that makes sense. You know, this is about you contemplating whether you want one thing over the other. That's literally what the Seven of Earth means. You know, Seven of Pentacles is looking at the rewards. If love has not been rewarding for you in the past, you may have like removed yourself from the dating scene because you're like, you know what, I'm just going to do me. I'm just going to prioritize my own needs. And then the other part of you, maybe the 3 a.m. thoughts where you're like, you know what, it'd be really nice to settle down with a person, someone who gets me. And you want to take that path as well. So I feel like you're literally at a fork in the road. You know, this is a card of reimagining the dating scene or reimagining like how you approach dating. So it can be that you've tried everything, but something really alternative or outside your parameters of where you actually thought you would meet love, that's where you'll find love. I mean, of course, if you go to someone's wedding, the chances of meeting someone new are higher than usual, of course. But you may not be going there for that. You're going there to support your friend who's getting married, for example. So that's what I'm feeling from this. You know, if you have a look at that figure, it's like, love, it's a lot of hard work. You're willing to do the investment, but you may have felt that you've met people who were not. So I feel like you're looking at the inconsistencies in people and really kind of solidifying or locking in right now what it is that you want when it comes to love and a relationship, okay? I'm going to go to this Three of Pentacles because it's really calling to me. You already have someone in your life right now who is attracted to you. Okay, someone already talks about you. They speak about you to their friends. This could be someone that perhaps with that Knight of Wands, for some of you, maybe there's been a bit of a frisson or a physical encounter or an engagement with that person at some point, okay? Because let's put it this way. Knight of Wands, Three of Pentacles is friends with benefits, okay? I'm just going to say it how it is. I'm going to be blunt with it. That's what it is, okay? So some of you may be wondering whether there's something more to this or whether you want something more to this. If you're experiencing this right now, not every one of you, of course, is doing that. But, you know, when you have a Seven of Pentacles, a Knight of Wands, and a Three of Pentacles, this can mean that, you know, things with a friends with benefit situation is going well right now, and you're kind of cool with it. Unless you meet someone who's going to sweep you off your feet tomorrow, you're kind of good with the way things are at, okay? But there is this energy of like assessing whether you're catching feelings or whether this person is catching feelings, and what you do with that as you move forward. I mean, you have a Three of Cups here, you have a Four of Cups, and you have a Three of Swords. So this can indicate that, you know, there's mixed signals here. And perhaps there is a very honest, open conversation that you need to have with this person if you are catching feelings, or if they are and you're not wanting to move forward with it, okay? So that's something to think about for some of you, not all of you. It's just something that's coming on in there. Yeah, I feel like no matter your situation, I feel like you're going to meet someone new anyway. The universe is sending new person in here, okay? But for those of you who have not had a physical interaction with someone that you know, I feel you already have a secret admirer or someone who cares a lot about you, cares deeply, and watches when, you know, you're talking to them about wanting to be in a relationship or previous relationships. And I feel like they're calling out from their soul, like, see me, I'm here. Do you want to fall in love with me? I'm in love with you. There's someone here that you already know, okay? And this person, they always reach out to help you. They're always there. You know, this person is there to listen, and, you know, they actually love you a lot, but they're in the friend zone, okay? That's how it is. And they're aware of that, and they don't want to really destroy that either. So whether this person's going to come clean and tell you how they feel, let's see. But I feel this person doesn't want to cross the line because they don't want to lose you from their life or make it feel weird, is what I'm being given there, okay? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, God, Angels. Can you please guide me regarding this Three of Pentacles for my beautiful Taurians? We have the Hermit, and we have the Seven of Swords. Now, this person, they could have just come out of a relationship, or they may have been cheated on in the past, okay? They've got a trust issue there. The Hermit is a person who's withdrawn, and the Seven of Swords is like they're keeping a secret. Okay, and they're going to keep that secret. This person's not going to tell you. Not all of the people I'm picking up on right now have a friend who has been cheated on, who has feelings for them. I feel like you have a friend who has feelings for you, and they're keeping a secret. They're operating under the radar. They're kind of like holding that secret. But just be a little bit mindful that when you get into a relationship with someone new, because it is coming for a lot of you, there's a relationship coming on in here. Just be mindful of how this person reacts. I mean, they're coming from a really good place, but they're like overprotective, okay? Because they have feelings. So, you know, just watch their behavior. You don't want them to block a connection that is right for you. So just be a little bit mindful of that. Like, for example, this person may be, yeah, I guess it's coming back to that energy again, like a possessive friend. So just watch out for that, okay? Moving on, we have the Ten of Cups, which is your potential position. Happy ever after. You know, you being in a relationship where you settle down. This is what is in front of you, so it's having the potential to happen right now. You're on course to meet a person where you can settle down and build a home together, whatever your idea of a home looks like with a person. I do apologize, the rain has been going all day. It's been super loud, so I hope it's not too loud on the microphone there for you. I often find listening to the rain on the window so peaceful. It like really connects me to my soul. Reading like a good book, just listening to the rain when I have a moment, which is rare, but you know, hey, we're listening to the rain right now and doing your reading, so it is quite peaceful, but hopefully it's not too loud for you there. Now, what is it with rainbows? They always come out for you, my beautiful Taurian, so perhaps this is going to be an indication that you're also going to see a rainbow very soon, because there is one in the background there. But I feel a lot of you have gone through some sorrow in a relationship. And for some of you, not all of you, and this is only if you've gone through this, for some of you, you may be in grief, because you do have a Three of Swords there. And if you are grieving a person who has left this earthly plane, firstly, I'm sending you a huge hug out there and so much love. It does not have to be, you know, someone you were romantically linked to. It can be a family member or a friend. And this is only if you've gone through it before you've come to this reading. I don't see this something happening in your future, okay? I'm not seeing that in your reading. But if you are grieving, I feel like this is about reconciling feelings within yourself before you feel ready to put yourself in a position to share your life with another person. It'll be a process. Doesn't mean that the opportunity is going to miss you or pass you by. It means you'll know when the moment is right. And actually someone in spirit is actually sending you a divine counterpart to spend your life with. Because on this earthly plane, they always wondered, you know, why you had not found the person of your dreams, because they think the world of you and they think that you're awesome. And so they're realizing that, you know, a very special person is coming into your life because you are a very special person yourself. Okay, so it's almost like the universe is saving the best for last. And this person is kind of overseeing the whole operation, saying, no, that person's not good enough. That person will do, though. Send that person in. I feel there's like, you know, a little bit of an operation going on behind the scenes there. So with a lot of love and respect, I'm going to move away from that energy, but know that you are protected and directed, and someone who is very close to you is sending someone special in with a true blue heart, sending them your way. Look out for rainbows, okay? So that's something that's coming on in there. Now, Ten of Cups, of course, is the ultimate goal. It is to be in a high-level commitment with a person where you feel respected, where you're a team, where you work together to make life work. You know, when you have a person on your side facing life's ups and downs, you know, there's nothing like it. So you are going to meet a person that fulfills your needs in a relationship and complements who you are and takes this journey of life and love with you. Now, the Four of Cups, it's really interesting because I am getting this energy that you're kind of fed up with the options that you have right now. So you may be full on thinking about the options you have and like, nope, not interested. But also, Four of Cups, if you know the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, there is a figure sitting under the tree, just like this one, but their arms are crossed. And that normally means that the figure is closed off to love, or is not interested at this time, or has been so disappointed, or even lost their loving feeling because they've had experiences that just did not measure up in some way or let them down in some way. So this can indicate that, you know, you've reserved yourself or moved away from the dating scene, and the universe is like, you can hide, but I'm going to see you and I'm going to find you and I'm going to send you that love, and it's coming on in. So just get ready, because that Four of Cups is, you know, a sudden surprise, lots of omens before you meet a new person coming on in. And, you know, this is the Ace of Cups equivalent. And this cup is bigger than all the other ones, and it is divinely sent. So I'm getting a strong message that, you know, a new person is coming in your way. It's going to take you by surprise, okay? And for a lot of you, you may be partying when you meet this person. That's coming on in there as well. But if you're not a partier, it can be that you're, you know, spending your time with a group of people or being invited to something that interests you when you meet this person. And it's really interesting because at this event, you're going to look around and go, there's no one here. Oh, well, another missed opportunity to meet somebody. And then suddenly it's like, boom, who's that though? Right at the back. You're going to catch someone's eye. And it's like from there. You take it from there, okay? You're going to be communicating with this person, and there may even be an introduction, as in a friend introducing you to this person, or if you're at like a work event, it could be someone like saying, oh, this is someone from accounts, or this is someone from another company, or this is a long-term colleague or an ex-colleague of mine. It can be, because I'm seeing an introduction right now. So just be mindful of that as well. That's coming through. Now, this is your advice to yourself in this moment, and that is, you know, adhere to your self-care needs, to nourish yourself, to choose healthier options when it comes to love, to feel confident in yourself and know that you're having a glow up. You know, no matter who you are, you have the Queen of Wands and the Empress energy, which means you are highly attractive. You are magnetic. You get a lot of attention. You may not notice it, but people are giving you the side eye and doing double takes, and you're going to see a lot more of that over the next coming weeks. I'd say you're having a glow up there. The Empress is about valuing yourself. It is about knowing your worth and knowing that you deserve the best, and basically really asking yourself, what are you going to invest in? What kind of relationship do you want to be in? So a lot of you could be reimagining the sort of relationship you want to be in at this time, and the universe is going to deliver. Okay, I'm seeing a restaurant again in the water now. So either you're going on a very specific date to a restaurant with this person straight after, or there's a lot of talk around food and restaurants and catering and that sort of thing coming on in, and a fortune cookie. So just remember that, okay? But this is your advice to yourself. Prioritize your own needs, okay? And also, this card can indicate that you are someone who is leading with unconditional love, and that, you know, you're on a vibration to attract love at this time. This is a card of being open to love, okay? So I would say Knight of Wands indicates that you're pursuing pleasure, but you're open to love. You're not going to set your sights on finding the one because you've been disappointed in the past. So that's the energy. It feels very like a realist kind of energy right now. And we have the Three of Swords, and this is something that is outside of yourself right now. And the Three of Swords can indicate it's a struggle. It's hard. Often people find it hard to find love because they're not meant to find love at that moment in time. They're meant to be on pause, to prioritize their own needs or focus on their sense of purpose, or the person that you're meant to be with has not figured out their path to align with you just yet. So, you know, we're all on course to have intersections with each other where we meet each other at some point. And, you know, I feel like you just haven't crossed the path of your person, because I feel there is this energy that whoever you're meeting, it feels like they went through a breakup, or they're trying to resolve something within themselves, a heartbreak, a sadness, or a trust issue, and they need to be fully clear of it before they can surrender to a union. So I'm just going to pull a quick card on that Three of Swords there. Circumstances outside of yourself can be that you have been going through some personal challenges, or for some of you, as I mentioned, you have been grieving. That doesn't have to be a person. It can be grieving a part of your life, or you feel that as you mature, because of course the Empress energy is to mature. It can be that you feel that the options are slimmer as you get older, but actually I feel like you're getting more fabulous because you have that Queen of Wands energy. It means you're shining your light. You are magnetic. You're going to get a lot of attention. So we have the Ten of Cups again. So that happy ever after, and the Six of Wands basically means you can achieve your happy ever after. It's hard, but you have to know what you want. And also, you know, if you're connected to another person's vibration, whether it's the ghost of a past lover, or whether it is, you know, a friend with benefits or a flirtation, your energy is going elsewhere. When your energy is going inside of yourself and knowing yourself and feeling confident in your own skin and being open to love, then you have a different vibration. Sometimes people can sense there's someone else or there's something else going on, okay? So I feel for some of you, you are either getting closure. I mean, the Three of Pentacles, if you have had like a friend with, you know, extra benefits, for example, this can be that you're putting that person in the past, or you're walking away or removing the energy. So again, that's not going to resonate with all of you, but Six of Wands is an energy of allowing yourself to be seen, and, you know, getting yourself out there, influencing your circumstances. So if you've been out of the dating scene for a while, it can be that you're finding it hard to put yourself in a position to get out there. But actually, I feel a lot of you are doing something that you are excited about. You know, leading with passions, following your sense of fun and joy and, you know, your visions of the future, of what you want to do, whether it's a class, whether it's travel, whether it's, you know, going to a certain event, or taking that invitation that's coming in. A lot of you haven't received that invitation yet, but you will do. And I feel it's about going. It's about showing up. And I feel that's when you conquer that Three of Swords. I don't see any heartbreak or sadness outside of that, okay? This can be that it's just difficult right now. It's a challenge. And I feel it's something connected to a group of people that you will find a person, okay? Because the Three of Cups is there. Three of Cups is often three people or more people coming together to celebrate. But this is a card of celebration. So I want you to be aware, though, Three of Cups, the history of the Three of Cups, it's not about three people, okay? It normally just means harvest time, people coming together and celebrating a win or spending time in community, working towards a common goal or sharing. And the Three of Cups, you know, if some of you have a trust issue because you have been cheated on in the past or betrayed in the past, this could show up as a fear, you know, of a third party situation. But the Three of Pentacles is linked, and it means any situation like that, it's in the past. It's firmly in your past. You're not going to repeat a cycle like that, okay? You've got the snake shedding old skin. It's done. You're not returning to it. But, you know, the fear here could also be that you fear meeting a person who just does not support or invest in a connection because you give so much of yourself. The hope, of course, is someone that you can celebrate and be a friend with as well. Have them, you know, as a guiding force in your life, someone you can rely on, not just a partner that, you know, you have a lot of fun with. You want someone who's your ride or die. And I feel that hope is aligning because you're going to get that Ten of Cups there. That's potential for the path that you're on right now. But also, you know, I feel for some of you, there could be an invitation that at first, I feel it's hard to go to it, or you have like something booked in your diary for the same time, like a schedule clash. Because the Three of Swords is giving me a clash of diaries right now in the water. So for some of you, you may be invited to something and you're like, oh, I really want to go to that. You may have a responsibility elsewhere, but can you make the two work, or do you have to choose? I mean, a lot of you, you're going to have to choose, okay? I feel because the Three of Cups is in this position, you kind of choose the fun thing to do. Okay, so that's something that's coming out there. And the Queen of Wands is an energy that you will be seen. There is an energy of you being magnetic, getting a lot of attention. There is a passionate, sensual energy, and this is your power. You're very attractive, and I feel at this time you are attracting a lot of attention. But also, what's interesting about the Queen of Wands, people forget, if you don't know deep-rooted history of Tarot, the Queen of Wands is someone who is very intelligent, very outgoing, very passionate, likes to have fun, very popular. But the root of the Queen of Wands is that deep, deep down, she wants to be taken seriously and settle down. Build a home with someone, a homemaker, as well as a career person. So, you know, I feel a lot of you, there is this kind of like surface level where people may sometimes just mistake your energy as someone who's really fun to be with, which of course you are. Don't ever change the wonderful you, but there's more to you. You want to settle down, and some people, they may not want to look a little bit deeper because they're not the right person for you, or, you know, they're the inconsistent people you keep meeting. But I feel like you're moving on from that. Now, I would say that you're going to be surprised in love very shortly. Okay, someone new is entering your sphere. I feel it's going to be a slow burn relationship. It's going to take its time, okay? And let me see. At first, I mean, there's a lot of chemistry in this. And at first you may feel, oh, okay, this is going to be something that's flirtatious and kind of like leave it at that. But actually, you kind of like get to know each other over time. Definitely you're attracted to each other. The Hangman is a pause, but also I feel it's more of a slow energy for you because there's knowledge connected to this Hangman. And we've got the Page of Wands. Yeah, this person's got a lot of chemistry. And we got the Star. This person really sees you. A lot of passion. This is a new person. Pages are new people. Okay, and the Page of Wands is often connected to a soulmate or someone who is very loyal, someone who's very supportive. But also, I feel I'm being given an energy of a friend of yours, really kind of on the precipice of telling you but not telling you. I feel like maybe you guess it before anything else. I feel if you don't know who this friend is, when you get an inkling of who this friend is, then you meet the new person. That's what's coming on in there. But coming back to your energy, the Hangman is like you've waited for a long time and now you're meeting a person who has that missing ingredient and there is that spark. And the Star energy is like it's a love wish. You've aligned with your happy ever after. So I would say it's going to be a process. I would say it's connected to a group of people or an invitation. And I would say that you really stand out at an event, and you're going to meet a person at that event who basically, it's like they emerge. You kind of like scan the room and like, no, there's no one there. And then suddenly they appear and you're like, oh my gosh, well, who's that? And they are feeling the same way about you, okay? Remember the fortune cookie conversation? I know some of these things sound really strange, of course, but these are things that are coming from my guides to be mindful of. Also, seeing a rainbow and that song under the, I want to say apple tree, but it keeps going really muffled, so it hasn't played again. I just want you to be aware of that. And of course, someone who talks about catering or is a chef. We have karma, number 8, which is the number of the self, of course, and we've got synchronicity, number 7, 8 and 7. So very close in vibrations. This tells me when numbers are so close together, it means you're nearly about to meet this person. You're so close. It's not too far away now, okay? But it says here, karma, as you sow, so shall you reap. That's why you have a card of sowing, okay? So as you sow is basically your idea of what you want. That's the thing that you're going to invest in. That's probably why you got the 7 of Pentacles there, the fork in the road. Do you sow an energy of wanting to just have good times and, you know, no strings attached? Or do you want to sow an energy of like, I am fun and I like to enjoy myself, but I'm looking for something serious. I'm wanting someone to settle down with. So that's something that perhaps you have to work out for some of you. But it says here, as you sow, so shall you reap. Karma is a harmonious balance that bridges the conscious and unconscious and the material and the spiritual. Be mindful and intentional about your thoughts and actions as they hold the power to shape your experiences. And that's what I mean. There's like an undercurrent, okay? Be clear in what it is that you want. Make sure that your, thoughts align with your actions, but also your thoughts become things. So if you're kind of like sitting on the fence right now saying, I'm not really sure, then you're going to get people who are not very sure. And sometimes, we get lessons when we're very sure and someone is sent to us who's very inconsistent, and it tests our boundaries. It tests our ability to say, no, this is not for me, and walk away without investing and wasting time in a situation that is not right for you. So we also have synchronicity. Okay, it's number 7, which is movement forward. It's the Chariot card number. 8 is the number of the self, but also it's the Strength card, which means, unconditional love for self, investing in self. And really interesting, we've got a lotus flower on this figure, and we've got a skull and crossbones on this one as well. So that can be like temptation, perhaps, to someone who's in and out of your life, or perhaps there's someone that you meet that actually brings you a lot of peace. I feel that's a new person. But it says here, you are a conduit of the magical, loving energy of the universe, radiating with abundance and beauty. Your path is manifesting in perfect synchronicity, reflecting how consequential your efforts are. You have put in all the hard work and now you're reaping the rewards. So there's a lot about sowing and reaping in this reading here. So I feel this is about you investing in thoughts, manifesting opportunities to be with like-minded individuals who want what you want in a relationship. So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or rune before we close. Okay. Oh gosh, I wish I'd said it and I didn't, okay? And this is before your reading. It didn't pop up in your reading, so I don't mention it. I don't like to mention anything that happens just before a reading, but I am kicking myself that I didn't say it. So I can't call it, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. I do a little 10-minute meditation before I start your reading, okay? And when I did yours, I saw a gold bar, okay? And it was like this. It didn't have this little nubbin on the end, but it was like this. Okay, and there was a figure etched into it. Now, I don't know what is etched into this, okay? These are some new trinkets that I just got, right? So, I'm not going to turn it over. I'm going to tell you what was in the image of what I saw when I was crying, okay? And there were, I think it's 3 stars. There was one really big star, and then there was some water. It looked like a seashore. Okay, 3 stars. One was really big and a seashore. Now I'm going to turn this over. Okay, that's what I saw. Maybe it's going to be relevant because this looks like a tag or, you know, a chain, a necklace, a pendant for a necklace. Okay, so maybe this is going to be something that's relevant. That's why I'm mentioning it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Drop the phone. Drop the mic. Drop it all. We got 3 stars there. Okay. There's no seashore, but there's 3 stars there. One, actually, 1, 2, 3. Actually, no. Call it out. There's a little, tiny little star there as well. So that's 4 stars. Okay. I saw 3. So I thought it was 3 there, but actually there's a little tiny one right in the corner that I didn't see. So there's 4 stars there. I saw 3. Maybe it's relevant. Maybe it's not. There's a moon. So this can be, even in uncertainty, suddenly out of the blue, the hidden comes to light. You find a person who is completely aligned with you. Okay, so we also have the key, and the key indicates that you're going through a period of change and you're about to unlock an opportunity to feel secure in a relationship with a person who's coming on in. I feel like you'll meet this person, as I mentioned, in a group scenario, okay? The majority energy is connected to an invitation. So that's coming through there, okay? So I'll leave it like that. I hope something resonates. Also, if you'd like to be in with a chance, thanks so much, I'm so grateful. Sorry, my guys just said, don't forget to say the key means destiny. So, yeah, the key actually is symbolic of destiny as well there. So you're destined to meet a person. Thanks so much, I'm so grateful. So moving on, if you'd like to be with a chance to win a free personal reading from me, all you have to do is put an emoji of a candle in the comments box below. And if you don't have an emoji of a candle, then just write the word candle, and I'll announce a winner's name at the end of September. My guides will give me a name. It has to be a subscriber because unfortunately I can't find a way to connect you if you're not subscribed to the channel. If you don't win this time round, you can unsubscribe. I'm not just secretly fishing for subscribers. I want you to be aware of that. There's just an algorithm that means I cannot find a person's name, which is frustrating, but it is what it is. And I will leave it like that. The world needs more light right now. So even like play your favorite song and change the vibrations and just, you know, live in the moment as much as possible. But yeah, candle in the comments box below. The world needs more light. So let's leave it there. Thank you so much, my beautiful Taurians, and love and light.